Cantatori-Kazi, president of this congregation, and we are going to call our congregational meeting to order, and then we will recess until after the service when we will consume business. Madam Vice President, do we have a quorum?
Yes.
We have a quorum. I now call this meeting into recess, and we will start with our service. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Corpus Christi. My name is Lauren Cantatori-Kazi. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm very pleased to be your worship associate today. Whether this is the first time you've been with us or you've been with us for years, both here in person and you folks that are seeing us online, we unconditionally welcome you as your full, authentic self. We're excited to welcome you to our worship service this morning. We welcome all faiths and no faiths. In particular, we welcome you as you are and whomever you love and wherever you are on your journey. Our gathering this morning has intention and purpose. The space at this time is holy and sacred. Though we may sometimes fall short of our ideals, we come together with the intention to grow as spiritual and moral beings. To that end, we recite a covenant each week, which is not a creed, but a promise that we make to one another. We live within our values: interdependence, equity, transformation, pluralism, generosity, and justice, with love at the center. We have several announcements today. Okay. The D&D Gaming Group will meet this afternoon at 2 p.m. Whether you're a seasoned player or a complete newcomer, all are welcome, and you may see Rob if you're interested. Also, the Cups group will be meeting, that's Covenant of UU Pagans, will be meeting after the congregational meeting, I guess in the Raspberry Room? Yes, in the Raspberry Room, and you can see David Bonham back there or Arlene Rincon for further information on that. The Shire of Sea Winds, which is our Society for the Society of Creative Anachronists, will their arts and science group, they meet here regularly every 2 weeks or so. They also are doing a special thing this coming Saturday at 1 p.m. Come meet skilled artisans and explore a wide variety of historical and creative crafts. I think they sometimes do a little jousting too. They always look fun. Okay. On Sunday, May 31st, 2 Sundays from now at 2 p.m., in connection with the Corpus Christi Feminists, is our first time ever springtime clean-out swap. Bring your good condition clothing, unused hygiene products, household items, and any sealed unexpired foods to swap with other members of our community. Any items that are left over are going to be donated to the Free Store and the Purple Door. And if anyone has any more information they'd like to ask, they can talk with April Huxwell here. Thanks for putting that together. This is going to be exciting. Okay, Friday Book Club will meet June 5th, Friday, to begin the discussion of the book they've chosen, which is The Four Agreements, A Practical Guide to Personal Freedom by Don Miguel Ruiz and Janet Mills. This is actually a really exceptional book, and you can meet with the book club, and if anybody has any questions, they can see Joy. Okay, Tacos Not Bombs will meet next Saturday on June 6th at 11 a.m. to assemble sandwich bags for our unhoused neighbors. All supplies are provided and donations are always welcome. You can drop off donations during Dawn's office hour on Monday and Thursday, or you can bring them any Sunday. For more information, you can contact Kelly Thompson, who I don't think is here today. Okay, and one last but not least, we would love to have you join our hospitality team. It's really easy. That group provides coffee and lemonade and cookies or whatever snacks, and it's fun to be in that group, and Claire and James would love to have some help with that. So thank you. We lost Elise to Massachusetts. So, okay, that is everything. It's our custom in this church to offer visitors and newcomers a chance to introduce themselves if they feel comfortable doing so. If it's your first time here, or you just feel ready to say hello after coming for a while, we invite you to stand as you are able, or raise your hand and tell us where you are, your name and where you're from, and Ren will bring you the microphone so that those who stream can hear you. Are there any visitors who would like to introduce themselves today? Well, we are glad you're here, and we hope to get to know you after the service today. Our service will now begin. Please rise as you are willing and able to join in singing. Seated. I would like to invite Tristan up to light our chalice today while I share these opening words by Erica Walker Wilkstrom. We light this chalice for all who are here and all who are not, for all who have ever walked through these doors, for those who may yet find this spiritual home, and for those we can't even yet imagine. For each of us and for us all, may this flame burn warm and bright. Good job. I would like to invite everyone to rise in body or spirit for the affirmation of our covenant.
Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament,
and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve human need, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other, and with all we hold sacred. You may be seated.
the valley low. I can be your street light, showing you the way home. You can hold my hand when you need to let go. I want a house with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let us take on the world while we're young and able, and bring us back together when the day is done. If we want a garden, we're gonna have to sow the seed. Plant a little happiness, let the roots run deep. If it's love that we give, then it's love that we will reap. If we want a garden, we're gonna have to sow a seed. Yeah, I want a house with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let us take on the world while we're young and able, and bring us back together when the day is done. The door's always open, your picture's on my wall. Everyone's a little broken, and everyone belongs. Yeah, everyone belongs. I want a house with a crowded table and a place by the fire for everyone. Let us take on the world while we're young and able, and bring us back together when the day is done. And bring us back together when the day is done.
I'd like to invite our religious exploration coordinator up for our story for all ages.
Good morning. Woohoo, didn't have to try again. Love it. I'm Tess Cherry, your religious exploration coordinator here at U2C3. And finally, we have a service where we will be taking the kids out. We've had like 5 services where the kids have stayed in. So they're finally getting out of here. Our story today is We Are Water Protectors by Carol Lindstrom. Water is the first medicine, Nokomis told me. We come from water. It nourished us inside our mother's body as it nourishes us here on Mother Earth. Water is sacred, she said. We stand with our song and our drums. We are still here. The river's rhythm runs through my veins, run through my people's veins. My people talk of a black snake that will destroy the land, spoil the water, poison plants and animals, wreck everything in its path. When my people first spoke of the black snake, they foretold that it wouldn't come for many, many years. Now, the black snake is here. Its venom burns the land, courses through the water, making it unfit to drink. Take courage. I must keep the black snake away from my village's water. I must rally my people together to stand for the water, to stand for the land, to stand as one against the black snake. We stand with our songs and our drums. We are still here. It will not be easy. We fight for those who cannot fight for themselves, the winged ones, the crawling ones, the four-legged, the two-legged, the plants, trees, rivers, lakes, the earth. We are all related. Tears like waterfalls stream down, tracks down my face, tracks down my people's faces. Water, it's our own spirit, Nokomis told me. Water is alive. Water remembers our ancestors who come before us, she said. We stand with our songs and our drums. We are still here. We are stewards of the earth. Our spirits have not been broken. We are water protectors. We stand. The black snake is in for the fight of its life. The end. I would like to invite the young and young at heart to join me in our reading.
After our meditation, reading, and time of silence, and when the music begins, all who would like to are invited to come up to the chalice table and light a candle representing a joy or sorrow you might be holding in your heart today. Please come up one at a time using this aisle here. And if you are with us today online, you are welcome to share your joys or sorrows in our chat feature. Our meditation words today are by Laura Horton Ludwig. Spirit of life and love. We are here because we believe what we do matters. We are here because we believe how we live our life matters. That with every act of kindness or meanness, courage or fear, love or hate, we are weaving the fabric of the universe that holds us all. We are here because we need encouragement, because we need strength, because so often we get distracted. We get in a rush. We don't think. We choose the easy way, and the harder path is what our spirits truly long for. We are here because none of us is perfect, but together we inspire one another to try again, to take another step. We are here because we have felt the stirrings of love and grace in our hearts and hands, and we crave more of that for ourselves, and not only for ourselves, for everyone. We are here because how we live matters. I now invite you into a few minutes of silent reflection. Our speaker today, Liz Cook, grew up in Andover, Massachusetts, and in the North Parish UU Church of North Andover. She made her way to Corpus Christi through Austin in 2015 when she met her husband, Dale. Liz is a licensed professional counselor who appreciates everyday moments of awe, such as a rare bird sighting or a well-returned pickleball. Liz joined U2C3 just recently in 2006. Please welcome Liz Cook.
Thank you, Lauren. Good morning. Okay, so I first approached Lauren in early April about the possibility of UTC3 supporting the Coastal Bend Wellness Foundation at its upcoming fundraiser. She was enthusiastic and said it would be great if someone from their board could come and speak. Well, that would be me. So I jumped on that. I can't think of a better topic than the union of individual wellness and community. Two meaningful aspects of my life. So this morning, I'll be highlighting the Coastal Bend Wellness Foundation as an organization and discussing disconnection and belonging, including a brief history of my own community journey. Okay, so how many folks have heard of the Coastal Bend Wellness Foundation? Yes, a lot of you, which is what I expected. I'm not surprised, a lot of overlapping values with the foundation and Unitarian Universalism, right? Equity, pluralism, and justice being a few. The foundation is a big blue building located on Holly near Crosstown, if you are not familiar. They provide services to those in our community who are often disenfranchised, taking on causes to fill gaps in services that no other agency provides. So, what are those services? The foundation delivers primary and preventative health care services such as STI screenings, pediatric care, immunizations, and chronic disease management. Just to name a few. The medical team emphasizes affordability, availability, and accessibility in their healthcare approach. The Coastal Bend Wellness Foundation is a licensed substance misuse outpatient treatment facility as well, providing, for example, peer support, financial assistance for medication-assisted treatment and counseling. The foundation has expanded over the decades to serve our youth, provide fall prevention for the elderly. They have a food pantry and services for the unhoused, plus many more. The foundation accepts all types of Medicaid, Medicare, private insurance plans, and for those patients without health insurance coverage, they offer a sliding scale fee on services based on the ability to pay. So I just want to give a brief history of the foundation. They were founded in 1986 as the Coastal Bend AIDS Foundation at the height of the AIDS epidemic. And then in 2012, the board of directors decided to change the name of the agency to better fit the array of services they provided. So the Coastal Bend Wellness Foundation was born. It still honors its founding members by providing HIV and AIDS specific medical treatment and support services, but also encompasses programs for the entire community and some that I just mentioned in the previous slide. So in 2015, the foundation became a federally qualified health center. So we now can provide primary health care to anyone, regardless of their ability to pay or insurance status. So since its inception, the foundation has consistently pursued development of service programs that translated its mission statement from a planning concept into action, moving it towards the reality of a seamless continuation of healthcare and support services for those most in need. I'd like to play a brief video, a patient testimonial. She describes her experience with the Coastal Bend Wellness Foundation and the impact those services and staff have had on her life. Nick or Ren, how do I play this video? Okay. We will come back to this video. It's okay. 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 So there are many ways to get involved and connected with the foundation. One way is through advocacy. So the Coastal Bend Community Advocacy Network turns individual efforts into community-wide impacts, building stronger connections, elevating important issues, and driving lasting change for our neighbors. Federal funding for specific foundation programs, such as HIV prevention, has recently been reduced or cut altogether. So federally funded, but there's limitations now for that funding. I'll put the QR code on there that will take you to the advocacy page. There's also a fundraising opportunity on June 20th. It's the 40th anniversary of the foundation. It's a really fun time. There's more information on that fundraiser in the hallway, or it will be in the hallway. So involvement is especially important in these times when people feel disconnected from each other and their community. Going a little bit into what chronic loneliness and disconnection, they're increasingly viewed as a serious public health issue. So in 2023, the U.S. Surgeon General, Vivek Murthy, declared loneliness as epidemic. You may have heard the term of like the male loneliness epidemic. Research shows that chronic loneliness can affect physical health as seriously as smoking. People who experience ongoing isolation are at higher risk of depression, anxiety, heart disease, dementia, and even early death. Humans are biologically wired for connection. So prolonged isolation triggers these responses in the body that damage both mental and physical health. So loneliness is not just about being alone, right? We can always be surrounded by people and still feel alone, unseen or disconnected. So what matters is whether people feel known, valued, and supported. So what increases connection and decreases loneliness? Okay. So David McMillan, a clinical psychologist in 1996, revisited his original 1986 sense of community theory and reorganized it into 4 core elements: spirit, trust, trade, and art. Together, these explain what makes people feel deeply connected to a community. So spirit, McMillan argues, is the foundation of community. McMillan says people need places where they can be themselves, tell the truth about their experiences, and feel accepted without shame. A strong community creates emotional safety, empathy, acceptance, and a sense of belonging. Boundaries matter too. Communities define who belongs, which creates trust and safety. But healthy boundaries are not about exclusion. They create spaces where vulnerability and intimacy can happen. McMillan emphasizes that people are drawn to communities where they feel welcome and valued. Community begins when people feel safe enough to authentically be themselves. The second core element is trust. So spirit alone is not enough. Communities also need trust. And trust develops when there is clear order and shared expectations, leadership is fair, rules apply equally, and members can influence the group while the group also influence members. Macmillan argues that communities become stronger when authority is based on principles and justice, not power or personality. People trust communities when they know what to expect, they feel heard, and leadership serves the whole group fairly. Trust grows when communities balance structure, fairness, and shared influence. The third element is trade. Communities survive because members benefit from one another. Macmillan calls this trade, meaning exchanging support, sharing resources, helping one another grow, and meeting emotional and practical needs. At first, people bond through similarities. Later, differences become valuable because members can offer unique strengths to each other. So healthy communities protect people from shame, encourage generosity, and create relationships where giving becomes meaningful, not just transactional. Eventually, the strongest communities move beyond keeping score and develop a culture of generosity and care. So community deepens through mutual support and generosity. The final element is art. Macmillan uses art broadly to mean stories, music, traditions, rituals, symbols, and shared memories. Communities become lasting when they create meaningful shared experiences. Important moments, especially those involving courage, sacrifice, or collective struggle, become part of the community's identity. These shared symbols and traditions help people feel connected across time and a part of something larger than themselves and linked to future generations. Now I'm going to go into a little bit about my community journey. Okay. So as Lauren mentioned, I grew up in the UU North Parish Church in North Andover, Massachusetts. My parents modeled the foundation of my UU faith through their active engagement in the church. My mom was an inaugural member of Cakes for the Queen of Heaven. My dad in men's group, and both parents served in various church roles in small group ministries. My sister and I participated in AYS, which is a precursor to OWL, and youth group, culminating in the coming of age ceremony. My father, now in his mid-80s and residing in Woodstock, Vermont, actively participates in North Chapel UU there in Woodstock, and they're in leadership positions in their choir. My parents leave a legacy rooted in service and UU values. They laid the foundation through North Parish that ultimately led me here. So that path took me first from Massachusetts to Austin in 2009. Finding community and a sense of belonging looks different depending on our stage of life and our priorities. So 15 years ago, investment in my community looked like volunteer hours at a ballet studio in exchange for group lessons or court-ordered community service instead of paying a speeding ticket. I again found my way to UU Church through part-time work at First UU in Austin while finishing up my undergrad degree. So what I wanted, needed, and contributed to in my 20s was not what I looked for when I moved to Corpus Christi in 2015. I focused on my graduate studies and invested myself in my new marriage. In May of last year, I started attending services here at UU Corpus Christi. I was searching for engagement as my mom's health declined in Vermont. And I found that engagement here. The familiar rituals and hymns brought me closer to my roots as I entered this new stage of life. Surrounding myself with the familiar brought me solace. It didn't matter that I didn't know anybody. It was familiar company. Coming here brought me closer to spirit, to my family, at a time when I couldn't physically be close to them. And you want to hear about an incredible coincidence? As I'm going to tell you. So long-term UT C3 members, Ray Rose and Elise Smith, recently moved to North Andover, Massachusetts. And they have visited North Parish. And Ray and Elise were among the first folks I met at this church. And I was introduced to them on my first visit here because of our Massachusetts connection. So we have a shared understanding of that region and community. That encounter contributed to my coming back here the following Sunday. So where does this path lead me now? So look at this community of beautiful faces and online. If you find yourself in a transitional moment in your life within your established community, how can you be more intentional with your connection? Maybe you want to go deeper within your faith or your broader community or your friendships. So would that be face-to-face, maybe online? Would it be short-term commitment, long-term commitment, casual, formal? Would it be a financial involvement, hours, what demographic? How do you know it's the right fit? Reflecting on shared values as a springboard. That's my suggestion. And curate circumstances that catalyze connection. So that means it could be spending time in shared spaces such as parks, coffee shops, and libraries. Every day, low pressure human contact happens naturally in these shared spaces. Small steps. What do I mean by being temporarily uncomfortable? So growth happens in the spaces where an individual community allows for pushing beyond their comfort zones. And I'm not talking about staying uncomfortable in a toxic environment. The kind of uncomfortable that naturally stems from wanting and acting change. But Liz, you may be reflecting, what if I'm already so deep in community, it feels like I'm drowning? So I encourage you to ask yourself the same questions. So evaluate if you have the time, energy, resources, and focus. The ability to recognize when you've reached your limit on engagement is just as vital to wellness as the ability to lean into it. Thank you.
Do this alone. I tried it, it don't work. But you guys have a special gift. It's giving. Giving yourselves, giving your knowledge, giving your referrals, giving phone calls. You guys do that for me, for all of us. You guys don't treat me like a number. You treat me like family. It's not like, get away from me because you're contagious. You know, it's like, come on in, Phoebe. We got what you need. And with that, who cannot go on with their life saying, I can beat this thing because I got a whole team of people behind me. I can beat this thing. And when I fall short, you guys are right there. CBS, WF is right there by me, by my side, pushing me, because sometimes I don't feel like doing it. But you guys here at Coastal Bend Wellness push me. You talk to me like I'm a human and not like I'm a discarded piece of trash. And that's what I like about coming here.
Thank you, Liz. That was really, really special. Now is the time that we participate in the care of our church community by giving and receiving the offering. If you're contributing to your pledge today, make sure you write pledge on your check or cash envelope. And when the music begins, the ushers will present the offering basket. No passing required. In addition to the basket, and for those of us joining online, we have several options. You can use the QR code there, or go to PayPal, or use the Venco mobile app. Your offering, no matter how you make it, will be gratefully received. Please remain seated after the music is over for the closing of our service.
I was dreaming, in my dreaming, of an aspect bright and fair, and in my sleeping it was broken, but in my dream it lingered near, in the form of shining valleys where the pure air recognized, and my senses newly opened. I awakened to the cry that the people have the power to redeem the work of fools upon the meek. The gracious shower, it's decreed, the people rule. The people have the power. 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 Vengeful aspects became suspect and bending low as if to hear, and the armies ceased advancing because the people had their ear, and the shepherds and the soldiers lay beneath the stars, exchanging visions and laying arms to waste in the dust, in the form of shining valleys where the pure air recognized, and my senses newly opened. I awakened to the cry. The people have the power. 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 Where there were deserts, I saw fountains like cream. The waters rise, and we strolled there together with none to laugh or criticize. And the leopard and the lamb lay together, truly bound. I was hoping, in my hoping, to recall what I had found, and I was dreaming, in my dreaming, God knows, a pure view. As I surrender to my sleeping, I commit my dream to you. The people have the power. 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 The power to dream, to rule, to wrestle the world from fools. It's decreed, the people rule. It's decreed, the people rule. We have the power. The people have the power. The people have the power. The people have the power.
closing words today are by Robert Kaufman. We have come together to share our deepest concerns, speaking and singing words of inspiration and hope. We have committed ourselves to do what we can to ease the burdens of those who suffer, to stand for decency and compassion. We have pledged to work for a more wholesome environment for us and for all the generations that will follow. But these are just words. The hymns we sing are just songs. All our reflections are just idle thoughts. But when we convert them all into loving and responsible action throughout the week, then, and only then, will this morning become what we want it to be, a time of worship. Please rise as you are willing and able for our closing song, Blue Boat Home, my favorite hymn ever. And then we will come back at 15 minutes to have our congregational meeting resume.
Lonely, I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean. Still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun, my sail, and moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in the beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home.
My friends, go in peace and then come back for our congregational meeting. Let's close the door. Michael, can you close the door and make sure anybody that's needing or wanting to be in here, in? Okay, I'm gonna call this meeting out of recess and back into order. Okay. Today, our congregational meeting is to elect for several positions. There is a proposed slate, which I believe, I have copies up here, but Nick is going to put it up on the board. Well, we'll give you copies. Can you zoom in? Okay. For board president, we have Arlene Rincon. For board vice president, we have Nick Gilby. Board treasurer, Scott Cherry. Board member at large, place 3, social action, Kelly Thompson. Shared Ministries and Covenant Committee, place 2, Robin Kennedy. Shared Ministries and Covenant Committee, place 3, Liz Cook. Leadership Development Committee, place 2, Debbie Sunderman. Leadership Development, place 3, Claire Houlihan. We can take nominations from the floor at this time if anyone is interested in nominating someone, and that person has to agree to be nominated. Are there any people that want to nominate from the floor? So I guess that means we're going to vote on the slate, the proposed slate. Oh. Well, Claire is probably going to be, oh, okay, go ahead.
With Claire's relocation to Austin, is this still valid?
This is valid as of now.
Oh, okay.
And if and when Claire leaves, the board will appoint another person in her place.
Thank you.
Claire is possibly leaving us, probably leaving us, but we're going to go ahead and vote on this now unless somebody has an objection. Okay. Is there any objection to election of the proposed slate of candidates by acclamation? Meaning everyone here agrees that unanimously that we can vote on the slate on there as opposed to each person filling out an individual ballot. I guess we have to have discussion. We don't have to have discussion. Okay, then we are going to vote on the slate as proposed. All in favor of the slate, please raise your little cards if you have one. And that is unanimous. Okay, the slate has been approved unanimously by the congregation. As there is no other business, I am going to adjourn.
And thanks to everyone. I'm sorry, I thought I was